Are marine mammals. They spend many months of the year at sea, and their preferred habitat is the annual sea ice covering the waters over the continental shelf and Arctic inter-island archipelago. And their habitat is mostly cold, because it's in the Arctic, it's barren, and it's desert, because really no living plants can survive there. Polar bears' physical characteristics are very distinct to their kind. Adult males weigh between 770 pounds and 1,500 pounds, and females weigh 330 pounds to 550 pounds. So there's a big difference between them. Also, polar bears have 42 teeth, which they have adapted to become better at hunting with them. Polar bears their claws are also short and stocky, and their canine teeth are also longer and sharper than the brown bears, as their cheek teeth are smaller and more jagged than the brown bears. Their paw pads are rough to help them walk on ice, and they have wide front paws and webbed toes that help them swim. Now, polar bear fur is very oily and water resistant because they have to be in the water a lot. And their fur actually isn't white. It's actually that each hair follicle is a clear hollow tube that makes it look like it's white. Now, polar bears hunting and diet is very unique. They kill seals by biting its head and crushing its skull in doing so. And their main source of food is just seals. That's their primary food that they eat. Now, in some cases, polar bears will even use its great sense of smell to smell the seal's breathing hole and then wait to kill them when they come up for air. This is called still hunting. And sometimes polar bears will stalk seals and then kill them. Polar bears have been known to even raid the nests of female seals and eat their babies. And also, the polar bear is the most carnivorous bear in the bear family. Now, polar bears have adapted in many ways to survive in their habitat better. They evolved from the brown bear approximately 38 million years ago. And the brown bear and polar bear are so closely related that they can actually mate together. Now, the polar bears, as I already said before, the polar bear's canine teeth evolved into being longer and sharper, while the cheek teeth became smaller and sharper, too, so they could kill animals more efficiently. Now, polar bears also developed a thicker layer of blubber underneath their fur to provide buoyancy and insulation. So since they're swimming a lot, they need the buoyancy to help float, and the insulation because of how cold it is. And they also adapted to getting a bigger fur coat to keep them warm also. Now, polar bears will live up to 25 years in the wild, maybe a little less in a zoo, per se. And also, it's essential for polar bears to get their nutrients and calories in order for them to survive, so they need to kill a lot of seals. Now, just miscellaneous facts. Around the age 4 or 5, females can start having babies, but it's actually a much older year for the polar bears have to be much older for a guy to help make the baby. Now, polar bears have been known to swim 100 miles off the shoreline in search of food. So that's just how well they've adapted to the water. And humans are the polar bear's only predator, so if it was a pyramid, it's all the way on the top. And also, polar bears are solitary animals, so they don't rely on each other to live. They only become a social animal when they need to mate. And it's estimated that polar bears are actually going extinct. It's estimated that there's almost 25,000 polar bears still alive. And the scientific classification for polar bear is Ursus maritimus, which means sea bear. The polar bear is the only bear that is considered partially aquatic, hence the name sea bear. The name is made by the genus and species, sea being the genus and bear being the species.